welcome to this video. So this video is going to act as a guide for those ones who have gotten the source code to the 3-in-1 inventory management system. If you have purchased the system, I just want to help you, guide you how you can get started with your application. So far, this is the version of the site by the time I recorded this video. Now, something to note is that in the future, the version of this is going to keep on changing as we update. Okay, we'll be adding more and more new features into the application, and the UI might slightly change than the way it is right now in the video. So keep note of that. And another thing is that I just want to just give you a demo, and maybe this one can help you after purchasing this code, so that you can just get started on with it. So on the front end, as you can see, we have so many parts. The first part that is being managed are these, as you can see them here. These ones are the categories, or what we are calling these. These are categories and main categories. And by the way, another thing to note before I just forget, the application was built based, or was based to this site here. Okay, I was got inspirations, a lot of inspirations from this one. So just in case you want to create products, I want to create what, you can always refer to this one, and maybe it will also guide you on the architecture of the app. Okay, as you can see, they have these ones. This is what we're intending to do, and this is so far what we have. You can see it also has this multiple drop down. This upper one is, these are main categories, the ones in black. Okay, the ones here in this here, the home and kitchen, fashion, electronics, phone and tablets. These first ones are the main categories. Then we have these ones are categories, and then these ones are the subcategories. Okay, so far the then on the home page here we have the banners. You can see these banners. Then you can see on the side here we have the adverts. All this data is being managed on the back end. Then we have here these the categories. These ones are categories, and then we have here some products. They have the sponsored, trending, and same day delivery, and then we have also browsing history and all that. And so the pages which are working, we have the card working very well. And we have the category pages. So if you just went to, for instance, I guess on the mobile phones, I just want to show you. So the product page, if you just click on a product, and the product detailed page is working, including the add to cart functionalities, and also the stock is also being managed. You can, as you can see, the stock is 93, and this is coming real time in the database. You can also share. I've put these share functionalities, including the copy functionality. You can copy. Then you have similar products. If they are not there, you will not see them. Okay, I can just like show you if a product had similar products, how it would look like. So we can just go maybe to this. Maybe it can have similar products. Okay, if you go down, okay, you can see this one has similar products here, and they are just looking like this. Okay, then apart from this page, we have these. Okay, we have also this brand page. So we have brands here. We also have brand page. If you click on HP, okay, you can see that you get the products within this here. Okay, and then so we have the brand page. We have the category pages. Okay, for all the categories, whether you click on this computer and accessories as a category, you can see it has all these ones. You can also choose on this page to click on the laptops. These filters, all they work, you can just get prices low to high, high to low. You can see here, this is low to high. You can just start with high to low. You can see all those figures. You can also do this, the min price and the max price. If, for instance, you said you want a maximum of $300 and you click go, you will get items that are below $300, as you can see. Okay, so all these ones are working properly. This is the category page. Even these categories, subcategories, all of them, they work, as you can see here. And if you just go to, for instance, MacBooks, you also have the MacBooks. It also have pagination working really well. Okay, it has pagination working. If I clicked on this, okay, you can see, for instance, there are two pages. You can click on this, it will take you to the second page, just like that. Okay, then we have the add cart, which is working properly, and also the checkout. All these functionalities are working. Okay, then quickly I want to jump. If you continue here, you just go and you can just like watch some of I will also leave a link to the demos. Okay, I will just, if you go to the YouTube, you go to my YouTube. Okay, and let's just go here.
Any course
I will just simply
competing.
link, I will simply link to this one. This one is having a lot of the some of the functionalities that you can watch in detail. I will also leave this playlist. I'll copy this playlist and I will add it here. So demo demos playlist. I will also add the playlist here so that you can just find it. Okay. It has a lot of functionalities and it's a really big app. I'm just going to simply go to the dashboard. Okay. You can also just watch the point of sale. This is the dashboard. It has users, roles, inventory here, has all these under sales. We have sales, orders, customers. We have all these ones and they are working. Point of sale is working. Um, if you just go here, point of sale works. Um, Now, take a note of, like, for instance, these users. We are going to talk about these ones in a second. But if you just went back to this, to the dashboard, okay, for instance, if you went to products, so you have all these main categories, subcategories, all these ones that you need to manage. You can see you have also stock. Okay. So when someone purchases or you purchase a product from the e-commerce or you purchase it from the point of sale, this stock will always be changing. Okay. So far that's what we have about the inventory. Okay. Okay, so this just like show you, you can just go ahead really watch the demos of the app. I've been making different pieces of what you have been working on, and I will just keep on updating the playlist. If the new features are there, I will be also adding the playlist. Okay, so I also just also I think I will also make a separate demo, showing all the features. I will make a separate demo, making all the features. Maybe to be like maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes, only showing the features of the whole app. But you can just like watch those demos in pieces, or you can just ask me. You can also WhatsApp me, and you tell me to make you a demo, maybe for some pieces that you did not understand. I can make you specifically those demos, and I will send them to you, or I will just actually leave the link for others also to see. So basically, when you just get the app, you get the source code. As you can see, the app will be having a lot of versions, and to help you track them, I've been renaming them to be having this application version 1.0. Like all those ones who bought the code before renaming it, it was only one file, and that means that was the version 1.0. Okay, now to others, if you find the versions, just always get the latest one. Okay, I put this one, the versions, so that I help the ones who haven't gotten or who want to upgrade to the new version. And so this is version 1.1 is what we are starting with right now. The live version I'm showing you right now here is the version 1.1, and I will keep on updating this, and we'll be adding more features. And if there is an maybe the features you want now, take note that as we add in more features, the price for the code might change, and it might provide a different link after finishing a certain level. I will be updating, but if you see that you're not getting more updates, just know that the purchase, the subscription you purchased, or the code you purchased, the app will stop there, and you will have to contact me, and you see, because the app will keep on upgrading, and you cannot say that the amount you have paid at that point. I don't know how much you have paid for this. Okay, the starting point was, or right now currently is $50, but it will keep on increasing, and when it increases, I'll be generating a new link, but I will still leave this one to be there. Okay, and then another thing, the problem I also receive is most people are not actually developers. If you're a developer, please do yourself a service and get either a developer to help you set up this, or you have to pay for some installation cost, which can vary from 300 to maybe 500, depending on your needs. But at least get a developer if you're not a developer. Some people just buy the code, they think somehow magically it will just work without configuring it, which is very hard. You need to get a developer, and if you're okay, this video then is going to help you. So after getting this, you just get this version 1.0. Okay, I can just go ahead and just download this. I don't know if it will allow me to do so. It is telling me already exists. I'm just going to overwrite. Okay, so you can see that I have downloaded this. I have it here. So that is the first step. Download this, and I'm just going to transfer this in a separate place. Okay, copy this. I'm just going to go to this trials, and I'm just going to just write here maybe deployments. Okay, I'm just going to say here create. Okay, app v1. Okay, I'm just going to put this one is the for the v1. I will put it here. Go ahead and extract this. I'm going to extract all. um okay, maybe just say extract all, and just say extract. Okay, so go ahead and extract this. So if I just go back here, I have app v1. I can download this zipped. If you want, you can keep it. I'm just going to delete it, and then inside it, as if there is another one, I'm just going to cut this. Also, I bring it out. Uh, Okay, maybe I can just copy everything. If I may just cut them, bring them into V1 direct. So you can just copy like that and you get this and delete it. Okay, so now I have this is the version of the app. I'm just going to right click, open this in VS Code. Okay, so you have the app right now in your VS Code. So the first thing is I'm just going to pull up the README file. So I wrote here an extensive README file that you can follow. And I will just simply see, you can see the preview command that you can preview this very well is by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus V. So you can just say Ctrl Shift V. This one puts it in the preview mode so that you can just read it very well. Okay, so as you can see here, the first prerequisites is to make sure you have Git and Node.js installed. Sometimes people you find they have problems and simple things like the Node.js. So you can just say, come here and say, for instance, check the version of Node you have. Okay, check the Git. I think you can also say Git dash dash version. I'm not so sure if this is how you test, but at least if you see something with GitHub, at least something is working. Even if you just say Git, okay, just like this, you will see that they will give you all these commands. That means you have GitHub. Okay, I'm just going to clear this and let's start like following the guide. Okay, so the first one is installation, download and unzip the source code. You have done that one. Install dependencies, so you can just go ahead and run npm install, just like this. This one will just go ahead and download all the packages. Okay, and just go ahead, set up the environmental variables. So open the env.example file, create a new file called .env in the root, copy all the environmental variables from this to env, populate the variables with your credentials. Okay, very straightforward. So I'm just going to minimize this and I'm just going to go to environmental this. Okay, simply copy everything you have here, Control C, and just go and create a new file in the root called .env. Okay, just go .env just like this and paste everything. So if you just look at this, you realize I don't have these ones, they are all empty. You have to put in your own values. Okay, this is where things start getting tough. People don't want to put in these ones. If you don't know how to get them, this is a point where you get a developer. Okay, you get a developer and he can help you set up these ones. You can also contact me at a cost to set you up. We do a meet, a Google Meet, and I help you set you up. But this is going to be done at a cost if you can't find everything in this video. Okay. Moving on, you see I have all these. So the next thing is to populate all these ones before I do anything else. I have to populate all these ones. If you continue, I went ahead and I helped you to describe why you can get everything. Environmental variables declared in the file are automatically made available to Prisma. See the documentation, blah, blah. Stripe secret API key. This is the first one. I put a guide here. Obtain this key from your Stripe account dashboard under developers API keys. I did this so that you can easily get to where you want. So you can just go under Stripe. You must, of course, have a Stripe account. Just log in into your account. Okay. Now, if you're in Africa, please check if you are in Africa, you will be allowed to create a test account, but cannot go. You can't activate, I think, payments or something. Just check wherever you are. But if you're in Europe, you are good to go. Or if you're in some other countries where Stripe is not restricted. So simply go to this, go to developers, and then you go to API keys. So you will see that you have two keys. You have the publishable key and the secret key. Simply click on reveal test key and click in it and bring this value and put it inside your env here. Okay, just go ahead and put this inside here, and you can see Stripe secret API key. Do not put the publishable key, it's supposed to be the secret key. Okay, the next one is the database URL. If you go to this the preview, I also told you guys this should be your MongoDB connection string. You can get this from your MongoDB Atlas account. Okay, so you can just go to MongoDB. Okay, and if you already have a project and you have its project string, that would be very easy. But if you don't have it, you can just go and create a new project. So scroll down here, I will create a new project. Okay, just go ahead and create a new project, and you can just give this a name, which is going to be I'm just going to call this one inventory demo management system demo. Okay, so just give your project any name you want. Never mind about the tags, simply go next. And then here you are the owner, just leave everything, just click on create. Okay, so the project will be created. Okay. Okay, so now after creating the project, just go ahead and create this. So I'm creating a cluster. Okay, so you'll be redirected to this one. Simply just go ahead and choose the free one. Now, most people normally ask me about about this, but the good thing, 512 is really a big storage. If you compare with other places like Superbase and other places, they give you only one project. You can't create any other project. Here they give you unlimited projects, each with 512. Me personally, I've never made any of my projects full. So you shouldn't worry if you are a startup. If you're a big company, then you can just say contact me. We look at maybe transferring it to a bigger database. Maybe you can pay for one of these ones or something. But if you're like having a small project or it's a startup, your company is a startup, just simply this one will work for you. And then leave everything the way it is. Now, if you are knowing where your region is, you can of course look for your region, but I'm just going to stick with this one they have chosen for me. Simply create deployment. Okay, so now we are on to this point here. Just go ahead and copy the password. As you can see, I have this, the username, and the database. The password for this is this one. Okay, I can just first copy this. Okay, just go back to the environmental variables here. So below this, I'm just going to paste my password, but I go back here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create a user. Okay, so I will just go ahead and create this user just like so. Okay, and then here there is this add connection IP address. You can right click on this one, I guess. Right click on this, And I think here you can just like add an IP. Yes. So here you can just add another IP address. Add. I always just like add another one, which is like zero, just like this, 0.004 times slash zero, and then just confirm. Okay. So after adding this, and this will help you to access it anywhere. But if you wanted, you can just leave only this IP, it will still work. Okay, so while that one is creating, I'm just going to go back here on this, and then I just click on choose a connection method, and you have all these methods, and most of these methods, they work. There is this MongoDB. Either you can use MongoDB for VS Code, or you can just go to drivers. So if you just go to drivers, they always give you this one with a password, and this is the one you want. So simply go ahead and copy this. Okay, this one, the with the show password checked, copy this because that's your password. They would have helped you. So paste it inside here. So you are pasting it inside the database URL. I'm just going to remove this password, the fact that I've already written it for me. But if you use the MongoDB for VS Code, it will not have the password, so it will be useful. But this one they give you. So now this is where actually most people mess up on this stage here. And MongoDB is very tricky because on the first time when you copy this, there is no any database actually created. So just go ahead and onto this, where do you see this slash here? After mongodb.net slash, just put the name of the database you want. I can just say here test db, just like this. Maybe I add also maybe demo or something. So you just specify the name of your DB here. Okay, you can just go ahead and specify this. Okay, this is a really important, just like that. So after you have done this, you can click done. This side you are done. Most of the things you are done this side, and even here you are done. Close everything, and let's continue with other environmental variables. The next is auth URL I've put for you, public base URL I've put for you. Now there is this next auth secret. You can generate this one using this command. Just simply copy this command. I'm just going to copy this command from node E. Okay, and you can just like go on terminal and you can run this. This will generate for you a number like this. Copy this, and let me just bring it here. Okay, this one becomes my next post decrete. Okay, then we go now to resend API key. So you have to go and create an account with resend. Now resend only accepts and only allows only one domain. So you can just come here first, come to the domains, and this is also a most tricky part. This is also very tricky, verifying the domains. Most people find it very hard to verify the domains, but just go ahead and add a domain. They will give you things to set in your DNS settings, in your host. If you're hosting, or if your website is hosted on, if you have a domain or you have the app hosted, you can just like easily get this domain. Put the domain where it is hosted, put the DNS settings, everything they have given you. Save. It shouldn't take much time actually. If it takes more than about 6 hours, just know you made something wrong. It just always propagates very fast if you put everything very well, more especially with Vercel. Okay, so you have to go after verifying. If you are verified here, you have this green tag. You can just click on this API, not this one. You can just go down here, API keys, and you can just go ahead and get the API. Okay, you can just go here and create the new API key, and this will be nice and you'll be having it. So get the API key after creating it, bring and put it here. And then I think lastly, we have the upload thing. API keys, just simply go to upload thing. Also create an account if you don't have it. Here you can use an existing project or you can create a new app. They are all the same. After creating a new app, it will be looking like this. Okay. And if you just copy here, you can just go ahead and go to API keys, and they have these two API keys. The upload thing secret and upload thing API ID. As you can see there, they move two of them. Simply click on copy this and just come and paste them here. You replace these two here, and that's it. So this one, you'd have finished and populated all the environmental variables. Make sure that all your environmental variables are populated. Please and please do not skip this part. Okay. If you skip that part, some parts of the application won't be working very well. Next, start the development server. So after adding all these keys, you are it is necessary that you go ahead and put in the required things. Okay, so I should just go ahead and copy my things. I'm just going to pause the screen, put in my environmental variables, and then we move on. Okay, so I've added all my environmental variables, so let's continue. So after you've added all these ones, you can't just go ahead. I think before you do this, you can just go ahead and you push all the Prisma schema, because we did not have the database. Now we have added database URL, so you can just go and run the schema before you run this. I think I will have to update this .mv somewhere to the point where it says, after putting all these ones, you have, after adding the variables, run the following commands in the terminal. So we can first push this. You can npx prisma adb push. So this one pushes the data to all the schema models. It will push the schema to the MongoDB to your MongoDB, and then you can also just go ahead and just run and npx prisma generate. This is to help you generate npx prisma generate this to generate the prisma client, and then you can run npm run dev. Okay, so you can run the following command, and then of course this should start the server. That is true. So I can just go ahead and copy this command like this. Okay, just like this. npx prisma db push, and this one is going to click and you allow this. Okay, so this one is going to go ahead and do all these things and start this application. Now if you go back to your MongoDB project, and you will see that now at least you will be having a database. Okay, you'll be having the database, and you can just go here, you say browse collections. Okay, it will browse collection, and you can just see the name of the database is here, testdb, and it has created all these things, and these things are all coming from they are all coming from this prisma schema. Okay, if you want to change anything in the schema, By the way, before you do any data, you can add anything you want. You can first go through all the models. If you're a developer, look at the models, and if there's something you want to modify, this is a point you can also do the modification of the schema. Okay, great. So after doing that, I can now go back to this. Okay, and this is running in the browser now. If I just go ahead and I run on the local server now, I should just go to localhost, and this is going to be almost, or is going to be empty, having nothing. Okay, as this loading, let's go back here. So there is here seed the initial data, and I think this part for sure haven't tested it very well. I created it this morning before I created this video so that you guys it can help you seed. It is not necessary that you need to do this, but this I think will be so much helpful to help you seed some data. So you can see on this, it is seed the initial data. First, locate the file actions seed.ts. This file is responsible for seeding initial data to database. Ensure that you have added MongoDB database URL in the env file. Review and update the sample data in the CD as needed, e.g. users, products. Confirm that the placeholder image exists in the public folder. By the way, so for the images I used in the CD, this action cd seed.ts, the images I used within this one, you can see I used everywhere image URL. I use this placeholder.svg. And if you go to your project, if I right click, reveal, and I go to the project root where I have public, you should see that we have at least this image called what? Seems I don't actually have it. Oh, it is here. Placeholder.svg. This is the image I'm referencing in the other side. The placeholder.svg, which is this one. Okay. Like I'm referencing it in so many places. So you can just go here and start modifying the data. You can see we start by main categories. The title of the main category is going to be electronics. This is the slug. Then you have the title for this. So we are creating, for instance, the categories. This is an array of these. After inside this category, we are creating the subcategory just like that. And inside this subcategory, we are creating a product just like this. So you can just go and change the font, the images, the names. Like here, you can just go ahead and customize your initial data that you want to just seed. Okay, you can just go ahead and look at it. Now, most importantly, actually, is the user part. So there are a lot of things here you can see. There are banners, we have adverts, we have the brands, okay, we have the units, we have the warehouses. It is a lot of data you can see. We have suppliers, we have the roles. Now here on the roles, you should be careful. You see we are creating the admin role, just like this. And then we are creating another one for this, the normal user, just like this. Now you can change this into customer or whatever you want. Okay. And then after that, you now see the user. We have to first create the roles here. After getting the roles, I'm creating here this users using this create bulk users function, which is found in actually in the users. Okay, just go ahead. So go through and customize. You can see here, for instance, I'm creating the two users, the admin and the normal user. Okay, with the customer, and their passwords, for instance, you can see it is admin password at this. Okay, So after you have reviewed and you are okay with the data, let's continue. I'm just going to go back to the preview. So in your browser, go to localhost 3000. If you are okay with this, you have edited the data. In your browser, go to localhost 3000 and navigate to the footer, click on the database seeding link to route to the seed page. Okay, so if you just go here, this is the page here, and you can see it is empty. Okay, now never mind about this browsing history. For yours, it will not have anything. I'm using the same laptop I use for coding, meaning the browser history comes from the local storage, so these products already exists, so it's understandable. But you will not see this. You will see something also empty like these other ones. I'm just going to switch back to the light mode actually. And then you can just like go here. You see this link called database seed. Click on this link. And if you just see here, you will see that in your browser on the seed page, click on the seed data button and wait for the notification indicating the seeding is complete. Now, this part for sure I didn't test very well. If any problem comes, we just like figure out right now. But I just click on this. Okay, I don't know if anything is really happening. Okay, you saw some things, database seed completed. I actually consoled. If you look into this here, I don't know why didn't the supposed like to rotate or something. I want to go back here on this. Okay, if you just go on the project console, at least I think I consoled like the users. So you can see the users were created, and this is what I was looking, because you're going to use these users to log in, right? Okay, so after the database seed has finished, it will just the notification you saw here, database seed. Do not click it twice. I don't know if clicking it twice will cause problems because the users already exists and so on and so forth. So do not click it. I put this specifically to help you see the data at the beginning. This page should be deleted afterwards. Do not leave this page there. And after that, you can see that after the seeding, now we have these two things here that have been created here. If I go back to the site now, you'll see that we have some data. It is dummy data, but we have some data. You have one advert here. You have the carousel showing you these are stuff. You have the main. You have the products. Okay, you don't have much things. You also have brands. Okay, at least now you have some data, right? And now two users were also created. You can also confirm this data by going to here on the terminal, and you can say npx Prisma Studio. Of course, we'll just even the documentation. I recommend you go to the studio, but you can just go here and you see that it will tell you that if there is some data, you can see that all these things were created on the running this stuff. And you have a lot of things here, warehouse, blah, blah. A lot of things were created here, including the roles and also including the users. Where are the users, we have two users, right? So you can just now go continue with this. And by the way, just a second, this database seed, it is on this page. You might just looking for that page. It is in app app stop, and then you will see seed. So this is the page that was running that button, this one. Okay, I didn't set the loading here. Set loading. Okay, I just going to I need to update some of these simple things. By the time you just download this will be there. Okay, this fires so that you have the loading spinner rotating to show you if it has been created. Okay, afterwards you have seeded the data and everything is okay, just delete this page. Okay, and moving on to this documentation, I always also move away. So you have finished seeding the data. Now log in and set up the roles and users. So click the login at the top. I use the email and password, and then start by creating the customer, the role. So you start by creating a new role called customer, and then also creating the working customer, and we assign them this role. This will be used in the point of sale. So let me just do that. Now we should be able to log in because we created the user. I'm just going to go back to the seed.ts. I can look at this. The password was this one, and the email was admin at example.com. So as you can see, that is a dummy. You can delete also. So just go to the login, and I'm just going to say it was admin at example.com, and then the password was this. Let's try to log in and see if this is successful. And login successful. Let's just wait to be routed to the dashboard. And so on the dashboard, you also not have a match data. You really don't have anything as match data, but we'll start, as I indicated, we'll start by creating the role called the customer, because how this one works is that users all the users, we give them roles. They must have roles. So start by going to this and create a new role. Click on the roles here. We might find there the two roles we created, maybe. So start by going to users and then the roles. Okay. So want to first create a role, and the role you're going to give to all your customers who are going to be logging in on the e-commerce, and to others you are going to be assigning when you're, so you can see here you have two roles, the admin and the user, the one we created. I'm just going to add in another role, or you could just even use this one, the one for this. I always just want to create one called customer, and the role description is going to be uh, this has a bare minimum. Okay, bare minimum, maybe roles. So maybe he has a this. He can view the brand. Does he view the brands? No. You can just maybe view only the products they have purchased, and that's it. You might just give them only to the products they have purchased. Okay. And I'm just going to use only those, and then to create this one. Okay, I'm just going to save role, just like that. So I've created a new role. You can create more roles. I'm just going to first leave that one. So I'm just going to close out. Now you can say have this customer. Okay. So now I just want you to head again to the users, and let's create some users. I know we again have the two users we created on database seed, but I'm showing you how you can add more users. And the most user you want is more especially the one who is going to be using or the one who is going to be for the what is it called, the point of sale, the one you're going to be using in the point of sale. So let's go ahead and create one user, okay, that you will be using. So like you put in a name that you're going to be using, or the one that you know. So let me just go ahead and also create another one. So just go here, first name. So the first name, just call this one walk-in. Okay, I'm just going to say walk-in and walk-in customer. That is the name of this person. why I'm naming it like this is going to be used if there is no any user. Most of the users, when you're using the point of sale, they don't want to register their details. It's maybe a supermarket, or it is a place they come and pick and they go. They don't want to register details. So you can create one user that is going to generalize all those walk-in customers. Instead of getting stressed by creating new names, you can just create one who's going to be called walk-in customer and is going to be purchasing on behalf of all users who are purchasing from the inventory. User status to active, and you can add other things like phone numbers, like email is going to be walk-in customer. Okay, walk-in customer at maybe gmail.com. Phone number, you can just put the phone number here. Okay, 0784143872. A password, you can just create any password you want here. And then this is where you give them assign the role of the customer. And the profile image, we're just going to leave this one and just go ahead and save. You can of course just give it a profile image. It's okay. Just go ahead and save this user. User was created. I'm just going to close out of this. Okay, so you can see we have the walk-in customer, right? So now this one is going to be used for the point of sale. But then how are we going to know that this is the one we want? Okay, so if you continue in the documentation I gave you here, you will see that you have, okay, you can see here, create a user called walk-in customer and assign them customer role. We have done this. This will be used in the point of sale. So I've said, run the following command to open the Prisma Studio. We already have the studio up and running. So from the Prisma Studio, copy the user ID, mark that, of the walk-in customer you created, locate the point of sale component in this place, and replace the user ID in the initial custom ID with the user ID copied. So that is very easy. Just simply go to the browser and you go to the Prisma and then click on these users. And I think if you just now refresh, there should be 3 users. If you just go here and wait, these are 3 users. Okay, you can see them here. Now we just want the one for the walk-in customer, this one. Okay, walk-in customer. Just go and copy the ID, this ID of this walk-in, Control A, and then right click, copy. So let's go ahead and look for this point of sale component that is found in components, point of sale. You can quickly get it by Control P, and you're just going to say point of sale, okay, point of sale, just in the components. Okay, just scroll down to where we have the initial customer who is here, and just change this ID and then put this one, the one you have just copied. Okay, moving on, go back to the Prisma Studio and copy the role ID of the customer role you created. Okay, and then in the register form component, replace data.role ID with the role, because we want all the users will be created from the front end, where they just like registering, they create using this role ID. So I just go back here. Now I will go back to this and just go to the roles. So we have 3 roles now. I just want to the role of the customer. This one you have just created here, the role name. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and copy also this role ID, Control A, Control C. And now this one, we're just going to go to the register form. So Control P, and you can just say register form. And in the register form, just go in this function while you have data.role ID, just replace this with this one. Okay, so all the users will be created. You can see we give them this avatar. You can also change the avatar from here, and then also this role ID, so that this person is created with those privileges of the customer. And I think you are about now to get done. Okay, then now additional info, take your time to fill in the necessary data such as categories, products. Now, most people always try to rush everything and they just, I don't, just take your time and fill in some data and they, because some errors in production can be brought because of no data. That is for sure. Okay, it can be brought because of no data, and take your time, go ahead, and you have the dashboard, which is probably here. Okay, and you have all this data to fill in, more especially with all these inventory. Start with main categories, do categories, then do subcategories, do brands, do adverts, banners, units, warehouse suppliers, then products. Adding all this data, and after that, then at least you are ready now to actually deploy. Okay, then after that, as you can see here, take your time. Now push this to GitHub. Once you're happy with the UI, and data, push the project to GitHub. Now, pushing project to the GitHub means you just go to, let's go to this very project. I want to show you something. And this is where things actually get. Most people, they don't know how to push to GitHub. Okay, you find someone is really much struggling to push the code to GitHub. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to reveal this is a big problem, actually more than you think. So if you check here in my project, I did not include, I think I helped you to do that. I did not include the .git. By the way, if you're using Windows, I don't know other places like Linux and Mac, first go and say, make sure that you have show hidden files. Okay, show hidden. Okay, just look for this, show hidden files in the file explorer. Make sure these things are all on. The hidden files and also extension. I can just also search here. Show extension, I guess, or something. That very place where we just did the other one is where I think you can search. Okay, but the most important one is that. Okay, it is here. Show file extension, make sure it is on. Show hidden files, make sure it is on. Okay, now go back to your application. Make sure you're not seeing anything to do with .git. Okay, if you're seeing a small file here on top saying .git, first delete it. I repeat, first delete that file saying .git, because also you'll be having the Git credentials or my Git credentials. After you have successfully deleted that and you're very sure it is deleted, then just go to your GitHub. Now I'm assuming you already have GitHub, which is working on your machine, and click this new GitHub repo. Of course, you want to make this one private, and let's give it a name, inventory demo. Okay, just going to give it that, and I'm just going to click on create repository. Okay, you don't have to do anything here, just simply create the repository and go ahead and copy all these, and you can first leave this git init and these two. So I'm just going to go here and run these two commands, git init and adding. Okay, check in your git ignore, make sure that the .env is there. Okay, I think this is always there by default. You can see this .env is there. So I'm just going to run git add git init first, git init, and then I just run and git add dot, add everything, just like this. So I've added everything to staging. I'm just going to go here and copy from git commit. So leave this one, git add we have already done. Just go ahead and go git commit, just like this. Copy these 4 commands: the commit, the branch, the remote, and the push origin. Just copy and come here and paste this. Enter. Okay, this one they should just like go ahead and help you to push this. Okay, and now if I refresh this, I should have now my project on my GitHub, right? Now from here you can just now head to Vercel. Okay, I'm just going to head to Vercel. Okay, and you can add a new project. Now I want to tell you that the project that I've given you right now, it has no errors. As you can see here, this is a deployed version. Right now it is in green, and I've just updated just some few minutes ago, and everything should just work. If you have anything like you get any errors, please first of all, when you go to add, and let me first show you. You need to just go here, project, and you can add this one you've just like created right now here. But remember to add the environmental variables. Okay. I'm not going to show you my environmental variables, but when you click on import, it will ask you environmental variables. Go and copy all of them, paste them at once, and then click deploy. High chances it is going to deploy. If it doesn't, make sure that you have data in your application. You have data. If the problem persists, please just go ahead and message me on WhatsApp, and we can just like evaluate you, see what the problem is, and then I can just offer you of help. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I think you will find it valuable for getting you started with the source code. And as I've said, the application will keep on growing or adding more versions until it is complete. Right now, the project, as to be sincere, is not freeware, more especially on the front end we are remaining. The back end part of it, we have most things done. As you can see, we have analytics. If I just go to the maybe the more hosted version, this one, which has products, you see, we have even analytics and charts working. For instance, we have recent orders, best selling products, recent customers. We have all these ones working so well, right? We have also revenue by category chart. We have sales, this one, sales, total revenue, total orders, total products. So we have statistics working. If you just go down to sales, you can see you have you can view all the sales, you can search sales, you can just go to orders. Okay, you have the orders here. You can search by order number, which is very important, and you can just say, for instance, 4B. You can say I have this order. You can change the order status just like this. If I change this one maybe to pending and I update status, you can see the status has been this. You can see it is pending. You can view order. Okay, you can view order. You can see there it has pending. You can print this as the invoice. Okay, you can just go and print. So you can see that we have most of our functionalities really that are really great this side, and they are most of them are all working. Okay, they are all working, which is really nice. Now In this one you created here, this is the one we created together. If you go to point of sale, I wanted to show you that if you go to point of sale, now you should just have like maybe two products, the one we created, but then you should also have the customers, at least one customer, I guess, or two or three. Okay, you can see the two products you created here with the initial number of items and the quantities here. You can see them here. And you can see by default, the one customer you added, you can see the walk-in customer is selected because of you specifying the other ID I told you. Okay, it is specified a walk-in customer. You can add to the order line and you can just go ahead and place the order just like this. And you can see you have two options. You can clear the order or you can print the receipt. If you want to print the receipt is here. You can also customize the receipt by going to the receipt part and you customize it. You can just go ahead and print this. This also prints, okay? Or you can close just like that. If you go back to the dashboard, this order will be registered. Okay, you can now see that at least you already have some money revenue by category. You can see you have sales chart. Today it is Thursday. You have one sale at least. If you go on in recent orders, you have one order even with all this. So this is working really properly. And if you have anything you want me to help you, as I've said, we'll be adding in more features. Don't worry, I will be adding in more features and you'll be getting them. You can still access the code and download it, and I will be putting the versions as version 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, like that. Now, after putting on all the basic features the e-commerce should have, okay, after putting all the features the e-commerce should have, you should be able, at that point I will stop. Now, after adding in the advanced ones, maybe you may just need to add in some little money. And also still looking back at the site, you can also just go back to localhost 3000. You should be able to purchase even Stripe. Everything should be working really properly if you have added your Stripe. Okay, if you just go back to these and these ones, I don't know how the detailed page looks like. It looks like, but you should be able to add this to cart and eventually just buy it. Okay. Okay, and you shouldn't need to worry about the speed just because of the localhost, but it's very fast as you saw. So you can see everything is working. Okay, you can just go ahead and add to cart, and here you can customize your number on this detailed page of the product. And then here this WhatsApp, you can also these ones are all working by the way, including even the copy and everything. So if you add this, I'm just going to first remove the one that was there. This one, remove this. We remain with this one. Continue to the checkout. So all these pages are working really well. Okay. You can just continue to the checkout. Okay. Let's just wait for a second. Okay, this is the checkout page. So you can see all your names. They will be picked automatically. Admin, user, admin at example. You can of course change them. You can also edit cart. Okay, so all these are really interconnected very well. You can go ahead at the shipping address. All this data is saved in the local storage. That's why you see it can be very easy for a person if he has been shopping in your shop. All these they will be always be fed in automatically for that very person. Okay, I want to show you that if you just continue. this should be working with Stripe, also working really well. Okay. And of course, this one will be working with your Stripe. As I've said, make sure at least you add your Stripe. Okay, you have to add your Stripe for the Stripe to work. Okay. And if there is anything, as I've said, most of these ones might be failure to get enough data or anything. Make sure you have everything filled in your application. Okay. And if there is also any errors, you have always the console, please read so that you get what is going on. Okay. I have put in necessary consoles that can help you. You can see here all these things. They create necessary. If there is any problem, then okay. If there's any problem, then we can just like, for instance, items parameter. So you can see here, blend item parameter is required in the payment. Blah blah. So make sure you have added, guys, make sure you have added you have added all the details. Okay, make sure you have added all the details. And because of this being a dummy product, there are some things which are not really there. Okay, so yeah, you try out, and if you have any challenges, let me know. I will be so grateful to help you out. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.